Hello there, and welcome to day number 69. Nice day indeed. And we're doing the Road to 2000 ELO Rapid series. We're playing against a 1788, and we are playing with the black pieces, and we're facing a King's Gambit. In this case, I kind of want to play like d6. I don't know theory at all against the King's Gambit. I'm curious if d5 immediately is a move. And I kind of want to play it, just kind of test the waters a little bit and see what they do. d5, I'm wondering if knight takes becomes a bit of a problem. But probably queen here, and we should be fine. Or I can just play calmly and play something like d6 and decline and play like a reverse queen's gambit. It's what I'm going to end up doing. And so, yeah, they're probably happy about this. But maybe an f5 early on, kind of punishing them for playing f4 themselves, and then going knight f6 could be a possibility. Right now, that would hang this pawn, because I only have one defender for the pawn. But I'm curious if after takes, knight takes, there's something like queen check here. But perhaps better safe than sorry. We can play bishop g4. We can play knight c6. I'm going to play knight c6, just defend the pawn. And let's see how we do. Yeah, so... Okay. Here, after bishop c4, trying to think about what I want to do here. Perhaps now is the time to play f5 if I really want to. I could maybe go knight f6, just attacking the pawn, asking them to play like d3. Or maybe to shut down. Actually, that would kind of provoke d3. Do I want them to play d3 is the question? Maybe. Maybe now's a good time to go bishop g4, and they can play h3 here. Maybe I immediately go knight c4, in which case, if they take, then I have doubled pawns, maybe not. You can think about this one a little bit. Let's try knight f6, and we'll see how they decide to continue. I guess there's a bishop taking idea. Oh wait, there's actually knight g5, which looks like it could be annoying. I'd probably have to play like d5 here. I saw that a little too late. Wonder if there's anything else I could do in that case. Bishop e6 doesn't look that good. After knight g5. Yeah, so probably here I gotta play d5. I don't really have too much of a choice. d5 takes, knight takes. Can they add pressure? They can play queen here. I would play probably bishop e6 then. If I play bishop e6 now, I probably just lose a pawn. So I don't really have much of a choice, I think. Unless if I'm mistaken. I'm expecting pawn takes. And yeah, that would kind of be problematic. After queen here, probably. Bishop here. I don't like it for me, but we don't really have much of a choice. Maybe they play something different. Maybe they play like knight c3. In which case I could play knight takes, and I would lose a pawn. But, yeah, I'd have to think about that. Knight c3, bishop e6, queen f3, then probably knight takes, and then we're having ideas here, but I'd lose a pawn in this line also. Yeah, I don't love this. Okay, well, now I'm getting a chance to do something here. I kind of want to take this pawn. It would allow the queen to come in with check. I just play bishop e7. I think that's fine. If bishop takes, then obviously knight takes bishop. So here, bishop takes, knight takes bishop, bishop check, king up. It gets dangerous, and I probably should calculate it a little bit more. But I'm tempted to just take bishop takes, knight takes, bishop check, king e7, queen check, probably bishop e6. I'm not sure about this. Let's try it, though. I don't know. I don't know. This is a little bit venturing into scary waters here. The thing with bishop takes, knight takes, is that if they're not able to win anything after bishop f7, if they're not able to win my knight back at the very least, wouldn't I be just up material? Or am I missing something? Guess that's a question I should be asking myself. I don't know. You'll find out. By the way, folks, just a reminder, if you enjoy these videos, you like watching them, please do consider giving it a like and subscribing to my channel. I'm trying to upload these every day, and hopefully pushing for 1800 soon enough, and beyond that. We've hit 1800 in the past, stumbled a little bit, trying to work our way back up. And I appreciate you all watching and tuning in, and hope you're enjoying the content as well. And if you want to see more, make sure to hit that subscribe button. All right, what are we looking at here? Perhaps this feels like a very tactical sort of position. Queen here. Yeah, okay, but queen right away feels like a mistake to me. Let's say we go bishop e7. Bishop e7 also threatens the knight on g5 after castling. I would love to play this, but it seems to just be a pretty big blunder. Bishop e7 seems like the safest move in the position. Unless if I'm missing something, which is always very possible. And the idea now is after bishop takes, knight takes, bishop takes, the king sidesteps, and there's nothing really to worry about. And, yeah, okay. Well, we're going to drop this pawn, most likely. But after castling, I think that, you know, rook takes is not a problem, and we're threatening the knight. Castling, can I castle? That is the question, really. We could also just play knight here. No, we can't. Let's castle. I think it's probably the safest option in the game, but then again, I might be missing stuff. I mean, it's complicated. So bishop takes and rook takes are both met with knight takes. That's not a problem. Bishop takes immediately, queen takes, rook takes, queen takes. Bishop takes immediately, queen takes. Okay, bishop takes immediately, I would have to play bishop g5. Now, we have a check there that doesn't accomplish anything at all. What else do we have? We can drop a pawn back with knight here. Just clarify the position a little bit. After bishop takes, pawn takes. And, I mean, it doesn't look half bad. But maybe we want to play something a little bit better. Maybe now's a good time to play bishop e6. Are they threatening anything by moving the knight to e4? I don't think so just yet. So let's do this. We are dropping the pawn, probably. But I don't think that's too much of an issue. We're going to lose that pawn regardless. And yeah, so knight takes now. Seems very logical. We can... Yeah, this brings in the rook. Is there any way to use that to our advantage? I mean, we can double their pawns at the very least. I do like the look of that. Bishop takes is obviously not a move because knight takes back and we're just up a piece. So they're probably going to have to play rook takes here. It's also attacking the queen. Yeah, and so we'll double their pawns. Seems like a very reasonable move. We can also play a queen check here that seems to win material. But why not double the pawns first? I don't see a reason why not. We can go maybe queen check and then bishop here. Is that a possible move? Queen check, if the king sidesteps, bishop here, but then the knight can just take. So let's double their pawns. Start off by doing that. Queen check. Whatever blocks, we probably take this pawn. And wherever their knight goes, we move our bishop out of the way, essentially. So queen check first. Oh, I'm down to 3 minutes 50 on the clock. That's bad. I gotta speed up a little bit. Chop, chop. This knight's defending the bishop, by the way. Important to note. We're going after this pawn, and I think that rook is pretty much trapped, if I'm not mistaken. It looks like it. Now we gotta worry about the queen being trapped. After knight c3, queen takes. The queen can just step back onto b2, I guess. Let's take the rook. I don't see a way to trap the queen. Maybe I'm blind, maybe I'm missing something. So I'll obviously play queen b2 here. And now we're going to play queen a3. And we have a check, which looks promising. We also have a knight move that looks pretty promising as well. The check first forces the knight back, most likely. And then we can bring the rook in onto d8, so let's do that. So queen check. Probably they're going to play knight d1, and we're going to play rook d8 over here. Looks like a pretty strong move. Perhaps I'm missing something to counter it. I don't think I am. Could be wrong. Okay, I definitely was. Let's play now a bishop c4. c5, sorry. Attacks the knight. This knight is pinned, by the way. Important to note. Can rook here be played? Rook b1 is not a move. I think this looks pretty promising. I don't know, at first glance. So we win a piece for sure after bishop takes, just because knight can't take back. And let's go with the queen or the rook. If we go with the queen, we have another check. If we go with the rook, king here, then probably rook check again. Let's do that. And now we have a queen check on g5. And then we have a knight check on e5. It looks like it should be winning pretty soon. Knight here is possible, but then queen takes, so we might not want to do that. Let's see, is there a faster win? Let's just go with the check that we can play for sure. King here seems likely. I could have traded the queens, actually, I just realized. Probably could have won a queen too, actually. Silly. Silly, silly, silly. I gotta make sure I convert this. Yeah, I definitely didn't play the best move there. Okay, and we're gonna play like rook e8 now. It seems to create a lot of problems for white. Probably gonna have to move the king again, but there's no squares to get away from the discovered attacks. So white's gonna have to make a decision here. If you look carefully, these squares are all covered. This square is covered as well. This square is covered as well. And so a discovered attack is coming once this knight moves out of the way. A discovered check, I should say. And, okay, well, I mean, they make life easy. I guess I can play rook check first. Knight here would lose the game. Rook check, queen, a king moves out of the way. I mean, no matter where, if the king just moves out of the way, they lose the queen. So the king has to take. And, yeah, this is crushing. Good stuff. Running mate. And there's no way to get out of it. GG's. All right. A nice little win there. I think I played that pretty smoothly. Let's take a look at the analysis and find out just how good that went. Let's see. All right, so this one started with e4, e5, and f4, the King's Gambit. I know nothing about the King's Gambit. Apparently d5, which I was considering, is one of the best ways to play against it. I went with d6, which lets white keep the advantage. But I figured, hey, why not? And after knight f3, knight c6 is actually a miss. Apparently, according to chess.com, or a mistake. I don't know what the X means, but we just played normal chess here. Bishop c4, knight f6. And the immediate knight g4 is actually an inaccuracy. And the way to play against it is actually bishop g4. Yeah, I would not have thought of that. I was too worried about this pawn on f7. Apparently, bishop g4 is a very strong move because let's say they take. After king e7, well, your queen is kind of stuck and it has literally nowhere to go. You're going to have to go knight f3 back to save your queen, and that obviously loses your bishop. So, good to know in the future. Here, what I did play instead of knight g4 is d5. I want to try to protect against the f7 pawn. After e takes, I played knight takes. They played d3 here, and apparently now is a good time to play f6. I was kind of worried about f6, and I decided to play a very silly move like e takes on f4, and that helps them bring their queen out, bring their bishop out. And instead of castling, they really should have played knight takes on f7 here, with the idea that if the king decides to take back, well then, queen h5 check comes in and actually wins the knight. So, nice little idea there for white, and lets them win a pawn. But here after castling, when I castle back, I'm actually completely in the clear as long as I play accurately. After knight e4 happens, I decide to go bishop e6, which is an inaccuracy, but it still maintains most of the advantage. After bishop takes, well, now knight takes f4, and they make my life easy for me. Bishop takes c4, and here queen check does indeed win the rook. And nothing to be scared about here. No queen traps. And, well, I went after this knight on d1 by just bringing a lot of pressure, using the fact that it's pinned and can't get away, and attacking the defending piece. And so they try to make space for the king, but unfortunately the attack is just too strong. And I actually think that I found one of the fastest checkmates on the board, or maybe not. Rook d8 would have been faster, preparing rook d8 would have prepared queen d2 checkmate. But alas, this was nice and easy as well. And a nice little win to celebrate day number 69 on the road to 2000 ELO. We're back at 1800. That's nice to see. We love seeing that 1-8 at the start of our ELO, and hopefully we can keep that climb going up. It is almost the new year, so we're going to be going into 2025 with a rating of around 1800, and I'm excited to see how quickly or how long it takes to get to 2000. I guess we'll find out in the months to come. And yeah, thanks for watching. I appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to also catch my streams. I'm thinking of also doing streaming to YouTube as well. So if you're interested in seeing my streams on YouTube, let me know in chat. Let me know in the comments. And I'll probably start multi-streaming in the days ahead. I've always wanted to do it, but it was a little hard to do while traveling. My laptop wasn't exactly the best device in the world for multi-streaming. But now that I'm back home, maybe I'll be able to do that. So we'll see. Thanks again. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the holidays. And I'll see you in the video tomorrow. Have a good one. Goodbye.